One thing I think it's fun to do is to learn a little bit about the people behind the screen. I'm a swimmer. It's my favorite form of exercise. So you've got my swim training partner, Joe, and I there doing a nice, easy 25 yards. And we're going to use some swimming statistics to take a look at correlation and regression. So we finished our nice, easy 25-yard swim, and we're ready to take a look at how we can use the math and data to look at swimming and weightlifting. So we'll get rid of a little bit of fun there, and we'll bring in the numbers. Now these numbers take a look at speed for a 50-yard swim in seconds, and the amount that that swimmer can max out on a bench press. So we have two sets of quantitative data here, speed and bench press weight. The first thing we're going to do is we are going to use SPSS to compute what's called the Pearson correlation coefficient. Now, while you may be able to do this calculation by hand, I generally don't recommend it. Technology exists to make our life easier. So I definitely suggest you go ahead and use it. The formula is on page 85 if you'd like to take a look at it. It's a little bit overwhelming and there is a lot going on. So again, I do highly recommend the use of SPSS. That goes for your quizzes as well. Remember, you are welcome to use technology in any of the assignments within the course. So let's take a look at how we find the Pearson correlation coefficient. Once we have the data open, we're going to click on Analyze and go down to Correlate. This offers us several different options. We have two columns of data, so we're going to look at a bivariate correlation, two columns. Okay? We're going to move the two columns we wish to find the correlation coefficient to the variables area. You may do this either by double-clicking or by using your arrow. If you're working with a data set with more than two columns, you can move over just the two that you would like to find the correlation between. You can leave the option at Pearson correlation, while there are other options to consider. We do make use of the Pearson correlation coefficient, and that's the formula you will find in your text. Okay? SPSS is going to do its thing, and we're going to find the Pearson correlation coefficient between speed. And speed, we don't look at the correlation coefficient between because it's a one-to-one correlation. It's just correlating the data of the speed column to the speed column. They match up exactly, which is why we have the 0.1. When we look at the strength, the relationship between speed and strength is 0.269. This indicates a positive relationship because it is a positive number, but it is a very weak relationship. Because it is not very close to 1. 0.269 is a pretty low value on a score of 0 to 1. So we have a positive but weak correlation. This is not all that surprising because actually a swimmer's ability to swim does not relate that much to their ability to bench press. They use two different kinds of muscles and two different muscle groups. So it is not all that unexpected. But we can look at the Pearson correlation value to determine strength and direction of our correlation.